Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. Today I am 36 weeks, and so not too long ago I went to my 36 weeks prenatal appointment. And so at today's appointment, we did a couple of things. And so of course, like they always do, they asked me all the questions. How my bowel movements, how's my water intake, my diet with the protein, am I having any visual disturbances, any headaches, any nauseousness, any vomiting? The answer to all those questions is no, but my water intake has been okay, protein intake has been okay. They took my weight, of course. I'm at 151.2, and so this is the first time in my life that I've ever seen this weight. But that just tells me that baby girl is growing how she's supposed to be growing, because all of that weight, of course, is not my weight. So they checked on baby girl. It was funny because one of the midwives, when she was touching and moving, trying to see where she was, trying to see her position, she said every time that she kept poking or moving, baby girl would like move. And so very active in there. And of course, that's always comforting whenever I go and they check for her and she's moving. They check her heart rate. Her heart rate is good. Her heart rate was good today. So that's comforting. And so at today's visit, like I said, we did quite a few things. And so I was already aware that we were going to do, there's a test that they said, I think it's a bacterial disease, but when people have it, there's no symptoms. And so you don't know you have it. And so they just do this test, which was a swab, I'm thinking. And then if you have it, they can give you an antibiotic to clear it up. If you don't have it, of course, that's good and dandy or whatever. And so I did that today. I did 2 swabs, left a urine sample to make sure everything is good there. And then, of course, they drew some blood. And thankfully, since I knew that I was going to have blood drawn today, I made sure that I was hydrated real good yesterday. Made sure that I had some water in my system before I got to the birth center, and I drank some water while I was at the birth center as well. And so my midwife was able to get blood right away from a vein in this arm, and so that was good. Let's see what else. We're at the point where I'll be going every week. So my next appointment's gonna be next Monday. Then it'll be the Monday after that, the Monday after that. And so baby girl decides to come. I did ask both of my midwives a good amount of questions today, like what do I pack in the bag to come to the birth center? And they actually sent me a whole list that tells me, you know, what I might want to, what I should bring from home, and then the things that they have at the birth center that they can offer, or that they will offer to me. And so that was good information. And then the other midwife, she did a really good job of, because she asked me like, okay, so do you have any questions about, you know, labor or anything like that? And she made sure to put emphasis on the fact that, you know, if you have a question, you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, because she wants me to be, you know, to be ready and to be comfortable when I get to the stage of laboring and getting ready for delivery. And so she did, and this was very comforting because so Kedrick didn't go to the appointment today, and that's why he's not in the video, because he hasn't been feeling too hot. He's been in a good amount of pain since last night with his foot or his ankle or something. And so hopefully we're able to come up with a plan so we can get him some relief there. But my midwife, she was like, you know, you're gonna do fine. I know you're gonna do well. And she was like, you know, there's some moms that she can't really say the same thing, or she's, you know, not really sure about how well they're gonna do. But for her to say that to me, I was like, okay, this is giving me the confidence to go into this this labor and delivery with confidence. And so she said, you know, she feels like me and Kedrick, we have a good relationship and we work well. And yeah, she said she's not at all concerned about me doing well once it is time for labor and delivery. And so that was comforting. Then she gave me a more idea of how the doula is going to come into play once I am at the point of labor. And so, of course, since, you know, labor, especially the first stage of labor, it can last for, you know, days, whatever. It's just all about, and she kept saying, you know, you have to be patient with your body, be patient with your baby. And, you know, as you're laboring, it's a mind thing. You know, your words are positive. So telling yourself, okay, you know, I may not like this, but I can do this. You know, this is hard, but I can do this. I am doing this. And so she said the doula, because she said if it's like something o'clock in the morning, it's best to call her because she may not hear a text message. But if it's like during the day, I can send her a text message, say, hey, I think I've started labor. And this labor is like, it's not the intense labor. It's not where the contractions are back to back, but it's that initial stage of labor where the contractions are like, they don't have a pattern. But I think I've started labor. And she said she might have the doula come to my house to check on me and to kind of help me with that first initial stage of laboring. And so I was happy to hear that. That was comforting. And so, yeah, like I said, today's visit went well. Like all the visits I've had at this birth center, it's been a great experience. And I'll be going back next week, like I said, and the week after that, and the week after that, until baby girl decides that she's ready to come on down. And so, yeah, if y'all have any questions about anything that I talked about today, feel free to comment below. But I don't even remember, I don't know if I said like all the things that I did today, but they drew blood so they could check to see where my iron levels are, and preferably my iron levels are at 11 or past 11 by now with me taking that Floradex. And so they did that. I left a urine sample to make sure everything is good there. Did 2 different swabs. One of them I know was for the bacterial disease that you don't show any symptoms. And so they do the swab at 36 weeks to see if you have it. If you have it, they'll give you a prescription. If not, that's good. And so, yeah, I did quite a few things at today's appointment. But that's all I have for y'all today. I will see y'all next week, next Monday. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good one. Bye.